is going to be a collaboration with my dear friend Jennifer Garcia here on YouTube. We are going to be doing a My Friend Picks My Makeup collab. Originally, we were going to call this video a Shop My Stash, and we were going to do a makeup look with the products that we picked, but I was like, you know what? It kind of sounds like more like a My Friend Picks My Makeup thing that I've seen this before on YouTube, and it's a very common video to do. So I was like, why don't we call ours My Friend Picks My Makeup instead? And she was like, yeah, that's a great idea. So what we did is that we sent 4 options for each category, like eyeshadow palettes, foundations, concealers, etc. And I tried to send as many I tried to send 2 high-end options and then 2 drugstore / affordable options for each category except for eyeshadow palettes. So I sent her like my newest eyeshadow palettes in my collection because I really want to get more use out of them. So I will tell you guys what she picked for me in just a second, but we have been chatting and becoming good friends for the past couple of weeks. We worked together on the Pride collab. And then she had contacted me on Instagram and asked me if she would like to do a collab with me. I mean, if I would like to do a collab with her. And I was like, yeah, of course, I would love to. So we ended up doing this type of video because I've never done it before. And she does a lot of BoxyCharm unboxings on her channel. She does a lot of affordable makeup hauls. So please go and subscribe to her channel. I will leave her linked below. And I hope you guys enjoy her look as well. I can't wait to see hers. And let's get into this video. Okay, you guys, so I went ahead and primed my eyes off camera and put my lip oil on. So now we're going to get into the look just because, you know, that's not stuff that she picked for me. That's just stuff I use every single day. I only have 1 eyeshadow primer really, or even like not even like 2. So there really was no point to pick out one. And then the same thing that goes for like lip balms and stuff. I only have this in the Milani one. So I just put on the Sugar Lip Oil from Sugar Lip Shop, the hemp oil. So now we're going to get into the eyeshadows. So the eyeshadow palette that she picked for me was is the Haus Labs Stupid Love eyeshadow palette. Now, I am really happy that she actually picked this one for me because I really do need to use this palette more. I've only tried out most of the shades once. I've been testing out the other palettes that I've gotten. So I really need to dive back into this palette and use it. So we're going to use it today. I know I also used it in another upcoming collab, but I've mostly been using it for the matte, so I really just want to use it for a eyeshadow look today. So I'm going to take my brush, and I think what I'm going to do is probably do the same makeup look that I did in my May favorites video because I haven't worn that look in like a month, and it is a really pretty like warm tone look with like a pop of blue. It's like a really interesting look, so I want to do that today. So for my crease, I'm going to jump into the shade Enemy first because I want that warm orange in my crease. So we're going to put that on first. If I could, you know, make some room on my desk. Sorry, I'm a bit tired today, so I'm a little bit discombobulated. I've been kind of just chilling at home for the past couple of days. The weather's supposed to be really bad at some point, so I'm not sure if I'm seeing my boyfriend or not today. We'll see. But I've been like pretty tired and just been taking a couple of days at home for myself. Because, you know, I really don't do that. I'm always like going to his house, so I felt like I needed some time to get shit done at home because I never do that. Okay, so that's always one of my favorite shades in this palette because it's such a beautiful, like, vibrant orange. But I was really flattered that she asked me to collab. Honestly, like, it's kind of hard to get people to do collabs these days because I feel like even though, you know, we're all at home, you still have a lot of shit to do at home. If you have kids to take care of, there's always something to do, I feel like. So I totally understand. But, you know, if you ever want to do a collab with me, I would be more than happy to do it with you because I always enjoy doing collabs with, you know, old friends here on YouTube, but also new friends. I'm always open to it because, you know, it flatters me so much for someone to even consider and ask to do a collab with me that I will always jump at the chance to do a collab with someone because it's just so flattering, especially when they ask me. It's like, you considered to do a collab with me? Like, there's so many other people on YouTube, it's like, and you want to do it with me. So that's why I'm like, I always am open open to doing a collab. Sorry. Okay. So now I'm going to grab my other brush. Hold on one sec. Okay, so now I'm going to grab the shade Stupid Love, which is usually the shade that I use for like almost every look in this palette. It's a really good everyday medium toned warm brown, and it looks really nice with this look too. So I'm going to take that and use that as my defining shade. And like I said before, a lot of people were upset that there wasn't more pink in this palette, and why, you know, the shade Stupid Love is in pink, because, you know, in the video she it's very pink themed, but at the same time it's not just pink in the video. First of all, there's multiple different colors in the video. There's green, there's purple, there's yellow, there's blue, there's pink. So it's not just pink. And also, I think that it's a good thing that she made the shade Stupid Love such a wearable shade, because then you're going to want to use it all the time. And that's the point of a Stupid Love palette, is you're going to use the shade Stupid Love the most. So why not make it an everyday shade, you know? Okay, so now we're going to go into the outer corner, and I'm going to use the shade My Minds. And that's the shade I'm going to use on the outer corners, because I use that basically every time I use this palette. But she picked some really interesting choices for me. The only thing is that she picked like the 2 daily powders that I use every day, which I thought was pretty funny, but I'm like, hey, if she picked them, I'm going to use them. So I only really have like 4 pressed powders and 4 loose powders, so I haven't bought a new one since the Maybelline Fit Me one. But it's kind of really cloudy today, so I'm not sure if it's supposed to rain today as well. But I am supposed to go to a barbecue on Friday, and it has like the highest chance of rain on that day, which really, really sucks. So we're hoping that it'll change, but it went from to a 20% chance of rain to an 80% chance of rain, and 99% of the time that usually doesn't go down. But who knows if it might rain sooner. It might rain later that day. But we also, none of us asked what time we're supposed to be over, so I need to ask her that too. It's supposed to rain that whole day and the whole weekend. It freaking sucks. Okay, so now I'm just going to apply some glitter glue, and then we'll do the lid. Okay, so for the lid shade, I'm going to go into the shade, I don't know if I want to use both or just one. I think I'm just going to go into the shade Alice. It's a really pretty, like, shimmery, icy blue. So I'm going to take that on my finger. It is very crumbly, but it is really pretty. When you stick it to a base, like a glitter glue, it does build up really nicely. So I'm going to take that and put that one all over my lid. I was thinking about layering it over top of Rain On Me, but Rain On Me is a little bit more of an aqua blue, and this is more of like a silvery purplish blue. So I kind of feel like it goes better with what I'm wearing too. I love how I always rhyme. Blue, what I'm wearing too. So I'm just gonna put that on my lid. It does transfer quite a bit already, but that's okay. Kind of like that effect now. But that's a lot of glitter. Wow. Wowza. Okay. So that's pretty much on. And then let me just clean up a little bit of that glitter fallout, and then we'll do the brow bone. Okay, so I cleaned up a lot of that glitter fallout, and now I'm going to take the shade 911, which is usually the one I use on the lid. On the brow bone every time I use this palette, because it's a really good matte white brow bone highlight for me. So I like using it for this, with this palette, because it's a really good brow bone highlight. Doi. So I'm just going to take that and put that up here. And then that's pretty much the eye look, and then we're going to move on to the face. Okay, so now we are going to work on the face. The eyes are done for now, so really quick, I'm just going to spray my face with my MAC Prep and Prime. And then I will get into the primer that she picked for me. So the primer that she wanted me to use is the Farsali Skin Tune Blur Perfecting Primer Serum. I'm not sure if I've used this before. I probably have. I just think that I thought that it was a little bit dry for me, but I don't know if I used a lot of it, actually. There's not that much in here. Maybe I did use this a ton. Oh, here we go. I got some. So I'm going to prime my skin with that. I think that I thought it was a little bit dry, but I'm still going to use it because this is the one she picked for me. Just trying to get more on the, oh my god, can I put it down? Jesus. Jesus. So I'm just going to use that to prime. And it is pretty drying, but it's okay. We'll make it work. So that's the primer that she picked for me. And then for foundation, I sent her 2 affordable options and 2 high-end, and I did the same thing with primer. So it was the Farsali primer she wanted me to use. And then the foundation she picked for me was the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Luminous Makeup, and this is the Drew Barrymore line, and the shade I have is light, what is it? This expired in February. I might text her real quick and ask her if she wants me to use something else. I did not even realize that. Let me smell it first. It doesn't smell. I'm gonna use it. It doesn't smell bad at all. No, it has no weird funky smell. But I am going to declutter the Wet n Wild one because that one does not smell good. Right, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Give me a sec. Okay, sorry, I just wanted to blow my nose. So now I'm going to work this into my skin. And I've always been on the fence on how I feel about this foundation. It's not my favorite. It also does not look very good over this primer. So I really hope that yeah, that kind of looks not very good. It kind of looks very dry. And I think it's the sponge as well, though, because this sponge is starting to get old, so I kind of like re-wet it a little bit with my water bottle, with the water from my water bottle, and hopefully that'll help. Because it's not exactly going that smoothly on over this primer, and I think it's the primer. I don't think it's the foundation, unless it's because the foundation is expired. That might be why. It just doesn't look that great. But then again, like I said, this has never been one of my favorite foundations. It does look really pretty when you first put it on, but after like a couple of hours, it starts to like break up. So, but it's a decent foundation. I definitely like it way more than the concealer. I had bought the concealer because I saw, you know, Kathleen Lights rave about it. So I wanted to try it, and I never was a fan of it. And then the same thing with one of the new Laura Mercier concealers that came out at the time. Like, I think like 2 years ago, I also could never get down with that one. That one just never worked for me either. It was like the Flawless Skin Laura Mercier concealer. It never worked for me. And then the same thing with the Shape Tape. That concealer never worked for me. I am getting kind of hungry already. My photo booth was doing that weird thing again, so I am kind of getting hungry though. I did just eat like 2.5 hours ago, but it is like lunchtime, so I should eat probably after I'm done with this video. Okay, and then for the concealer that she picked for me, again, I did send her to high-end and to affordable drugstore, and the one that she picked for me is the e.l.f. Camo Concealer in the shade Fair Warm, and I'm kind of happy that she picked a more full coverage concealer for me, because then I think it'll help out the foundation, because I feel like it doesn't even look that great on camera. So I'm hoping that this will help cover up some of that, because this is a pretty good concealer, so I just don't want to put on too much because it is very full coverage. So I think that's all I'm going to do for now. I'm going to blend it out here. And hopefully this will help cover up a lot of that texture that the foundation created. Then again, I'm really not keeping this makeup on. And we're just going to blend it out. I think I said Fair Warm. I feel like this is not a warm shade, honestly. I feel like this is more Fair Cool. But I'm glad like how pale the color is, because this is like probably the palest concealer that I have from the drugstore. Because most of the like lighter shades from the drugstore are like kind of like a beige color. I don't really understand why they do that. And then I'm just going to conceal under my eyes. Still feel like it looks pretty texturized. I feel like it doesn't look that smooth on my nose. And I'm not really going to take too much underneath my eyes, because again, this is a pretty full coverage concealer, so I think that should be good. Even though I feel like that's still too much, but especially on this side, I probably should have applied it separately, because this concealer can dry pretty quickly. So I'm going to try and work it into my skin as quickly as possible so it doesn't dry. So I did watch a movie yesterday because I ended up having the time at home, because I decided to film I went live and then I filmed the beauty community tag, and then I actually decided to watch a movie because I didn't know my mom was working yesterday, so I was like, oh, I have time to watch a movie before she gets home. So I decided to watch Bombshell finally, because I've been wanting to watch that movie for months, and I finally watched it, and it was good. I really liked it. And then I actually, I got my mom to watch Dead to Me, so we already finished the first season in 2 days, because we watched like 5 episodes together yesterday, and she already finished the first season, and she really likes it so far. And then like the day before that, because she was like, how long is this show? And I was like, well, they only have 2 seasons announced. 2 seasons done so far. And they just announced that it was renewed for the 3rd and final season like 2 days ago. And then the same thing with Ozark, when my mom was wondering how long Ozark was supposed to be. And then they announced that it was going to end after 4 seasons as well. So I just thought that was pretty funny that we found this all out in like 1 week when mom started watching these shows recently. So I think that's pretty funny. Sorry, my throat's like all raspy. Okay, and then for the setting powder that she picked for me, which is my daily setting powder that I use every day anyway, but this is the one that she wanted me to use, is the ColourPop No Filter setting powder. So that's what I'm going to use to set my under eyes and my face, like my T-zone area. You guys know I like using loose powder in my T-zone and under my eyes. And then I use pressed powder for the rest of my face. But I don't think I've really used the powder that I'm going to use with this foundation really that much at all with the foundation. So I'm kind of also happy that I'm using both of them together because I don't ever really use them too often together at all. Because like I said, there's been other foundations that I've been trying to finish up. But this has been my daily powder that I've been using pretty much every day. And I think you guys already know then, since I said it's my daily powder that I use every day. So the powder that she picked for me is my Flower Beauty Light Illusion Perfecting Powder. And I use this powder pretty much every day because it's my favorite. So that's what I'm going to use today. But I haven't used it with this foundation really. So I do really like the combo. And I do like how the powder actually helps the foundation look better. So, look better. So now we're going to grab the rest of the products. First, I'm going to finish the eyes and then I'll grab the rest of that stuff. So let's go back into the palette. And then we're going to smudge on the lower lash line. I'm actually getting real hungry. So I do want to finish this relatively soon. Okay, so for the lower lash line, I'm going to take the shade Enemy again. I was thinking about doing like a pop of blue on the lower lash line, but I don't think I'm going to. So I'm going to use that and pop that underneath. Because I do want a bit of warmth underneath. Sorry. I don't know why my computer's running with the fan being annoying. So I quit Safari. I also meant to get a workout in today because I haven't worked out since I've been staying home more. I ended up spending an hour talking to Liz before this, so didn't end up doing that. I don't know why they're barking. So I'm just going to smudge that on the lower lash line, and then we'll do the inner corner. Okay, sorry, I had to figure out what the hell they were barking at. So for my inner corners, I'm going to go into the shade, I think I'm going to do a combo of the silver and light up. The only thing about these shimmers is that they're very hard to pick up, especially on the inner corners. So I want to see if these two work together, which I think they'll work together nicely. They're just very crumbly, these shimmers on the inner corners. I do like them more on the lid. They're just kind of hard to build up on the inner corners, but I think that's pretty. Just a nice subtle inner corner highlight, I guess. And I'll do the same on this eye. And then we'll do mascara and stuff. And that looks pretty good. And then we'll do the mascara. Okay, so I went ahead and applied my eyeliner off camera because I told her like I really don't use any other liners besides the Maybelline skinny liners. So I just went in with my brown one on my waterline. And now we're going to move on to the face because the mascara that I'm using tends to transfer quite a bit. So I'm going to do my mascara after I do the rest of my face makeup. So I'm going to go into bronzer. And I again sent her 2 high-end and 2 affordable, and the bronzer that she wanted me to use was the Thrive Cosmetics Sun Chaser Blur and Sculpt Bronzing Powder in the shade Rhea. And you guys know this is one of my favorite bronzers. I actually haven't used it in quite a while because, again, I've been using a lot of lightweight bronzers. So I wanted to use this one today. I mean, this is the one she picked for me, but I'm glad that she did because I haven't used it in quite a while. So I'm going to use this to bronze up my skin. So I still don't really know what I'm doing today. I haven't heard from Josh yet. I'm thinking that he's still sleeping. But I don't know. I'm too hungry for lunch that I don't know if I want to go there right after I eat lunch because he's going to want to eat dinner then. I'll just be like, I'll see you tomorrow or something, I guess. Okay, so I bronzed up my skin. I don't know why my iMovie's being a little weird. Or my iPhoto booth or whatever. I always call it iPhoto or something. It's called freaking photo booth. Okay, so for blush, again, I sent her 2 affordable, 2 high-end, and the one that she picked for me was the MAC Into Eternity Electric Wonder Iridescent Powder. And this product and a lot of MAC's powder products are very, like, universal products. You can use them as bronzers, you can use them as blushes, you can use them as highlights, you can use them as powders. This was kind of marketed as like an all-over face powder, but most people use it as a blush because it's kind of too dark for me to use as a face powder. But it's such a gorgeous blush, so I'm gonna use that today. And this is the one she picked. And it's a really pretty, like, neutral, but also like kind of warm blush. So it works really nicely with this look. So I'm just gonna use that to blush up my skin. I am getting hungry. Sorry, guys. I'm being a little bit weird. Just like that. And then for highlights, I sent her, I think, one blush palette, 2 like single highlights, and a cream highlighter / stick. So she picked the stick highlighter for me, and the one that she wanted me to use is the ColourPop Light Sticks highlighter. I don't know why there's bits of eyeliner and eyeshadow on my hand. So let's wipe that off because I need that to not be there to apply the highlight. So the highlight she picked for me was the ColourPop Light Sticks. Oh my god. Okay, sorry. That was just really bugging me. I don't know why it's still there. It's driving me nuts. Okay. So I'm going to apply the stick highlighter in the shade Bullseye, and it's a really pretty gold highlight. So we're going to put that on. I think I'm going to use my finger and just dab it on. This is such a pretty highlight. I feel like these sticks didn't really get the hype that they deserve because ColourPop was just releasing products left and right when they came out with these, but they're actually really gorgeous. These stick highlights and the cream and the stick blushes as well, and the lip crayons. The lip crayons kind of got the most hype out of the products in that launch, but these are really good too, so. And I'm just, sorry, I'm just getting really hungry, so I'm kind of being a little bit quiet. Okay, so really like how that looks. It looks really pretty. Yeah, just want a little bit more on this side. See how pretty that is? Okay, and then I'm going to set my face. And I wasn't sure if she wanted to pick out a setting spray for me or not because I only really have 3, but she did pick one out for me. And the one that she wanted me to use, sorry, my photo booth was doing that weird thing again. So the setting spray that she picked for me was the Milani Make It Last setting spray. So I'm going to set my face with that, even though this is a setting spray I use for like really long makeup days. It's still fun to use it for these types of looks. I don't know what I was saying, but I feel like it's a very aggressive spray now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap it in with my sponge just so it can absorb a little bit faster. I might also reapply the highlight just because it is a little bit wet. I'm just going to fan it off. But it made the highlight look really wet and it looks really pretty. Yeah, I might just reapply it like on my Cupid's bow. And then for my lashes, let's go back to that. I'm just going to prime my lashes real quick and then we'll jump into the mascara that she picked for me. Just give me one sec. Okay, so for mascara, again, I sent her 2 high-end and 2 drugstore affordable. And the one that she picked for me is the Rimmel London Scandal Eyes Wow Wings Mascara. I don't really use this mascara too often because it is very prone to transferring, but we're going to use it today. And it's a nice mascara. I like it. I don't normally do this where I put my mascara on when all my makeup's done, but again, this mascara is prone to flaking a bit. It is a little bit clumpy too, but that's okay. And then we'll do the lower lashes in a second. Okay, so I had to go eat lunch because your girl was hungry. So I made myself a tuna fish sandwich. Sorry, I got like a little bit of glitter or something in my eye. That is mascara. That hurt a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to finish off with the lips. I didn't do my brows, but I'll probably just do that off camera because I just use the same brow products anyway. So I'm going to go in with my lip liner first. We basically gave each other free reign on what lip liner we wanted to use. So today I'm going to use the Lime Crime Velveteen Lip Liner in the shade Angel. I'm going to line my lips with that. Okay, so for the lipstick, again, we sent each other to drugstore affordable, and then I sent her a couple of high-end liquid lipsticks, but the one that she decided to pick for me is the Maybelline Color Sensational lipstick in the shade Blushing Beige. And this one's kind of like a pinky nude shade, so this isn't necessarily the lip color I probably would have picked to go with this, because the crease is very warm, but I am using like a warm tone gloss over it, so that's what we're going to use. So, because that's the one that she picked for me. So this is the lipstick that she picked for me, so I'm going to go in with that. It's very pale, but it works with this, with the gloss that I'm going to put over it. So I'm actually happy about the combo. So I'm just going to apply that first. And again, I do wish that I picked like more of like a darker nude shade when I actually got this. But I got this, I think, because of Manny MUA, because this was like the lipstick he used to always rave about. And, and I am glad that I used this lipstick with this lip liner. Because this is a pretty warm tone lip liner. And I'm going to just keep on applying that off camera real quick. Okay, so we just applied that, and now we're going to go in with the gloss that she picked for me. God, this lipstick's actually really pretty with this look. So again, I sent her a couple of drugstore options and some other affordable options, because these glosses aren't that expensive, but they're a little bit more expensive than like the other two I sent her, which was like a ColourPop gloss and like a Maybelline one. So the one that she wanted me to use is the Alamar Cosmetics La Desnudas gloss in the shade Chula, and this is like a really pretty like nudie beige color, and I'm gonna apply that over this lipstick, and it's really pretty, the combination of these two together. It's kind of, the gloss is kind of peachy, more peachy than the lipstick, so I like the combination. Okay, so that looks really pretty. And then I'll just do the brows off camera, and then we'll get into the final look. All right, you guys, so this is the finished look. I just did my brows off camera and did my usual routine for them. I just used my brow gel and my spoolie from L'Oreal. So here is my look. So here are the eyes, the cheeks, and the lips. I really love how this look turned out, you guys. I think that the lip actually looks beautiful with this look. I love this eye look, and I think that everything worked well together, and the overall result, I really love this look. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, it was really, really fun to do this video because I've never done this on my channel before, and I thought it would be a really fun new video to do. Again, please go check out Jennifer Garcia. I will leave her linked below in the description box. Go show her some love and go tell her that I sent you over there, and just discover some new talent here on YouTube. So I love you guys. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on all my social media. Bye.